All right. We will be starting on our backs on our mats today if you want to make your way there. We have our Beat the Trainer challenge this month. So week 1 is burpees. You can do this live with Jenny on Wednesday during total body conditioning at 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. You can also do it on your own. So it's as many burpees as you can get in 1 minute. And you will record that score. And then every week we'll have a new challenge for you. And you are trying to beat us. So it's a really fun program. I'm excited for it. If you have any questions about form or anything, ask us. You can always do a form check prior to each competition. All right, let's get going. We are on our backs today. On our mats, we are focusing on the lower body. Okay, it's better now. My computer was a little bit choppy. So you're on your back. Go ahead and take a second to settle in so you can kind of get your wiggles out. If you want to reach overhead, take a full body stretch. Starting to watch. And just start to deepen your breath, maybe for the first time today. So really try to fill up your lungs with each inhale. And with each exhale, I want you to start to engage that core. So just feel that gentle tightening across your abdomen. Don't try to force it. Just as your belly button drops naturally with the exhale, you bring the rib cage together, and you just feel that gentle tensing across your tummy. If it's coming easily to you this morning, I want you to start to pay attention with other parts of your body that are trying to help. So a lot of time our hips will try to help with our breath, our shoulders, our heads, our necks. So if that core engagement is firing quickly today, then just start to take it to the next level and notice if any other muscles are trying to tense. And if they are, really focus on trying to release them. We're focusing on our lower body today. So this core engagement in the beginning and that release of the hips specifically will help going into class because we want our legs to be able to work on their own. On your next exhale, I want you to find that core engagement, take a little deeper, and then start to lift your hips into that bridge. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll it down, starting to articulate through your spine. So using that core engagement to create space in the vertebrae. You want this to just feel good in your spine. Start to engage the glutes. And find your flow with your breath. So you don't have to follow my pace. Find your own pace. Two more here. Really focusing on that glute engagement, waking up the glutes. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. If you need to, you can grab behind the thighs. If you can wrap around the fronts of the knees, that's great too. Just rock side to side, find a gentle rock, massaging that low back, mid back. And then come center, grab knees with your opposite or with the same hand separately. And then you're going to spin the knees, circle them in opposite directions. Just getting movement in those hip joints. You get to choose your range of motion. Notice if your hips are sore, they're stiff, go ahead and reverse directions. It's normal to feel that tension, that tightness, especially in the morning. So just notice it. Good. Go ahead and bring those knees into a tabletop position. So we want our knees a little bit in front of our hips, our ankles above our knees. Arms are going to be out at the sides, a little bit diagonal, and you're going to start a gentle pendulum. So knees fall towards the right, exhale back to the center and switch. Your shoulders should never come off the mat. So you want to really get that rotation in the spine rather than the whole body. And starting to warm up those obliques, those crisscrossing abdominal muscles as you pull your legs back center. Just be mindful of the range of motion here. Looks a little different for everyone. Meet back in the center. And from this tabletop position, you're going to take one toe, tap it down, and switch. When you're tapping, you want to make sure that that low back doesn't lift off the mat. So you don't want to create a big arch or bridge in your low back. That core stays engaged, controlling the lift and the lower. Inhale down, exhale up. But even on those inhales, your core stays strong. So it's a shallow inhale. This is 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come back to the mat. Go ahead and take the bottoms of your feet together. Knees fall wide to a butterfly stretch. Deepen the breath here. So big inhales, big exhales, kind of heavier body into the mat. Try to release the inner thigh, groin, hips. One more breath cycle. And you'll bring your knees back center. Help them if you need. Left foot is going to stay flat on the mat. I want you to extend your right leg out long. Go ahead and point the toes. So we're finding length in the leg. Just like I said in the beginning, you want to almost think of it as a separate entity from your hip. That's going to help find that length for the muscles. And then I want you to lift and lower. You're lifting as high as you can. You'll start to feel a stretch. With that pointed toe, you might feel it on the front of your leg first. But then you'll feel it in that hamstring as you get higher. So just find that range of motion that works for you. Maintaining that length and using your core to control. We're staying on this right leg for quite a bit of time. So we're testing that endurance of the muscles. For 2, 1, now you're going to do a bicycle leg. So this one feels a little bit like choreography. You're going to bend the knee, so almost like a tabletop. Extend it out, lift it, and repeat. Bend, extend, kind of circle it down, and like you're pedaling a bike backwards. We will reverse it, but for now we're working backwards. So each time you extend, you're finding that length. And even when you bend, you're not letting your knee crash into your torso. Last one here, and then we get to reverse it. So you're going to come down with a straight leg, bend it in, and extend it up. Always have to really think about this. Leg, your quad, your inner thigh should already be burning. And that left leg might already be working because it's stabilizing. You have 2 more. Last one. Good. Go ahead and set your foot down. You can kind of wiggle them around, take a little bit of a rest. I'm going to explain the next one. So your right leg is going to go out. We're going to turn it into external rotation. So like you're taking your femur bone and twisting it, lift and lower. In this position, I want you to flex your foot. So you're pulling your toes towards your shin, but you're finding that same length. So you're reaching the leg out of your hip. I know your leg is getting tired. Mine is too. So we're in it together and we don't have too much longer, but this is where that muscle growth, strength gain comes in. You've got 4, lifting through that inner thigh. 3, 2, 1. I want you to meet me halfway. You're going to pull that leg in, maintaining external rotation. So my knee is to the side. Send it out. Think of yourself as a frog or swimming breaststroke. I know that inner thigh is working. That is what we want. We've got 3, 2, 1. Set that foot down. Woo. Wiggle it out. Let it recover. And then we have 1 more on that right side. So your right leg is going to extend long. You're going to point the toe and you're going to spin it internally this time and then back center. So it's a really small movement. You'll notice you can't tell my leg is moving too much, but we want to get that internal rotation instead of the external. So you should feel this deep in that hip, in the inner thigh. You only have 3 more. 2, last 1, and relax. Ooh, with those legs, bring the bottoms of the feet together, knees fall wide. Take a couple recovery breaths here before we move to the left side. So your right side gets a break. Go ahead and bring those legs back center. Right foot stays where it is, knee bent. Left leg extends. We point our toes and we lift and lower. Find that length in the leg so it's reaching out of the hip. And you're coming up to the point of a stretch and lower to the point of core engagement. So you want to have control through the whole movement through the core. Try not to press too heavy into that right foot. It can be pretty natural. You don't really think about it, but if you notice you're pressing in, I want you to release that a little bit, put a little bit more work in the core. You have 2 more here. And then we're coming into those bicycles. So start up, nice and straight, bend, aim down as you straighten and circle around. You can either maintain a pointed toe here or just let the foot relax because you have enough to think about with your movement. 2 more. And then we reverse it. So you'll start up, straight leg. Bring the straight leg down, bend it in, straighten, and repeat. If you cannot get the specifics, just move the leg like you're on a bike. Don't think too hard about it. Let your leg and your body kind of do what they want. Your leg is working no matter what motion you are doing. 2 more. Go ahead and rest that foot. We're coming into external rotation now. So extend the leg out, or rotate it externally, and then lift and lower. Think about lifting through your inner thigh, flex the foot. So pulling the toes towards the shin. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Try to keep lightness in that right foot. You have 2 more. Then we have frog. So hold halfway, pull that knee in to the side, keeping that rotation, and extend it out. You can visualize a frog or swimming breaststroke. And you find your range here. So when you extend out, sometimes like my hip pops on this side. So just externally rotate it either less or more. Kind of find that sweet spot for your leg. You have 2 more here. And then that foot comes down. Take a second, wiggle it out. We have internal rotation. Last little bit on this left leg. So extend the leg out, rotate it internally like you're taking your femur bone, spinning it, and come back center. Exhale each time you turn so that the right muscles do their job. I know it burns, you're almost done. Got 2 more. Last one. And rest. Ooh, legs go out long, arms go up overhead. If you have done roll-ups with me before, you can start them. If you have not, I want you to anchor your heels into the ground. The goal is to not have them come off the floor.
Arms overhead, take a big inhale. Exhale, engage the core and start to roll your body up off your mat, one vertebrae at a time. Reach towards those toes, big stretch. Sit tall. Exhale, tuck and roll back down. Now, if you find that you can't get up without momentum, which means you're going and coming up, then I only want you to go halfway down. So then you would come here, pause, inhale, exhale, roll up and stretch. So it look the same. You just don't go all the way down. The goal here is core control. So it should be a smooth, graceful movement, both directions. Because that means the right muscles are doing their job. You have 2 more wherever you're at. And you're going to meet me in a seated position on your mat. So you're sitting nice and tall in a staff pose, which means your legs are out in front of you. Your hands are going to come behind you, and you're going to lean onto them a little bit. You can be on fists or flat hands. With that, I want you to make sure you're packing those shoulders. So we're not hanging out here, but we're lifted through the chest, lifted through the shoulders. You're going to take your right leg. I want you to imagine you have an object next to your right leg on the outside of it. You're going to lift your straight right leg up and over that imaginary object and then back. So you're working your hip flexors here, which is why we've worked to disconnect the core and the hip. So our belly button is pulled in. We're nice and strong in the torso, and our straight leg is lifting and lowering. Exhale as you lift. Got 3 more. 2. Last one. Good work. And we're switching sides. So left leg nice and straight. You can think about pressing your knee towards the mat. It's going to help engage the quad. Nice, strong upper body. Lift and lower over that imaginary object. So you should get about 2 to 3 inches off the ground. You'll know if your hip flexors are weak or tight. You kind of have a tendency to round forward because it's pulling your pelvis forward. That just tells you everything you need to know. This is the exercise you need, and then you can also focus on stretching those hip flexors. 2 more, each direction. And then meet me back center. You're going to bring the bottoms of your feet together. Your knees will fall wide. I want you to sit up nice and tall on your sits bones. So you should feel your butt bones under you. Your knees might be a little higher. They might be all the way to the ground. We're going to start with a dynamic movement. So I want you to lift your knees towards your elbows and then release them with control. So you're working those inner thighs in both directions. Your core is still strong here. I know this feels like a stretchy position, and it is, but your core is strong so that we're not arching our backs. We still want to maintain that neutral spine. We have 1 more moving, and then we will hold that stretch. So let your knees fall. If you need to, you can place your elbows on your knees, just gentle pressure. If your knees are further down, you can lean forward, but you want to maintain that neutral spine so we're not rounding here. Start to deepen that breath again. Relax the shoulders. Let the tension melt out of your hips, your inner thighs. When you're ready, you can help your knees back center and make your way up off your mat. Feel free to stay there as long as you need to today. But thank you for joining me.
I hope you guys have a great weekend if I don't see you, and we'll see you back here next time.